Welcome back to my $15,000 bankroll challenge. These are the rules that we've been using over the last 9 weeks. This is week 10, our very last week of this series. And as some of you have pointed out in the comments, and you're absolutely right in saying this, that's not a very big sample size. We've been playing two shoes of double deck each week for 10 weeks. Really, that's only 20 shoes. That's not a whole lot, especially to kind of get to the long run as a card counter. And so at the end of this video, I'm going to explain what's happening next with this channel and how you can join in on the fun. But for right now, if you need to pause the screen on this, or pause the video on this screen, you can, or on our bet spread that we've been using, which is one spot of $10 below a true 1, all the way up to 2 spots of $125 at a true 5 or higher. Feel free to pause that if you need. Otherwise, last week, if you remember, we ended with a nice win, right? $16,335. So I think that's this for you. These are in groups of 5. So it's 5, 10, 15,000, and then 700 here in black. So 15, 7. Hopefully we don't need to tap into any of those chips today. 700, 8, 9, 16,000 with some of these greens. 100, 200. And then these should be in 25, so 300 with that. And then the little extra that we need is 35. So we have 25, 30, and 35. All right, I'll put those over here for us. And then I'm gonna get these shuffled up. And then after that, we will get started and finish out our last 2 shoes for the series. All right, we're gonna give these a nice cut, and then I'm gonna try to cut off right around half of a deck because that's the penetration that we've been using, which I would say is right about there. There you go, you can check that out. Okay, and then we're gonna get a burn card over here. We'll check that at the end to see if our bets were correct or not, as well as our minimum bet out of $10. You ready to count? Here comes those casino type sounds. Ready, get set, let's count. Ooh. All right, we're gonna count these up, see how we did. I had a count of 0, so this plus the burn card hopefully gets us back to 0 if I was right. We have 1, 0, D1, D2, D1, 0, D1, D2, D1, 0, 1, 0, and this needs to be a neutral card. Nice, and it is for the burn, all right? So I think, let's see, let me stack these up. I think towards the end, the count finally went high. I started just getting crushed at the beginning of that. But starting off there with a nice little win. Let's see if we can carry it over to the next shoe. I'm gonna get these shuffled up for us one more time for the last shoe of this series. All right, let's get these nice cuts, and then we'll try to cut off right at half a deck or so. Just a reminder, you can always see where you cut it and see if you were correct or not. Like I could take these cards out and see if that is 26 cards or not, as that's very important to know if you are at the casino. You want to know exactly what the penetration is. In fact, let's just do it really quick. I'm gonna say, I think that's a little bit thin. I'm gonna say that's 24 cards, all right? So let's see here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oof, I was off by 3. All right, let's just make it correct here. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26 is where our penetration should be, just so you know I'm not shorting you there. All right, starting off here with our burn card, and then we're gonna put, you know what, I'm gonna get some more red. Hopefully don't need them, but bounced out a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Count those correctly. All right. Put out our minimum of $10. Ready, count. Here comes the sounds. Ready, get set. Let's go. All right, once again, I had 0. All right, so I'm just gonna leave that there. Hopefully we are correct. I'm gonna count these up, and then we have a huge win. We'll get those counted here in a second as well. See if we're right though, this plus the burn card should get us to 0. We have 1, 2, 1, 0, 1, 0, D1, 0, D1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, and this needs to be a high card. Boom, and it is. Nice, that's the way to end it. All right, before we count this up though, I want to tell you kind of where this channel is going, and then we'll count up our wins and get our final count for our series. But I'm gonna be doing a couple different things. First off, I am going to do a bet spread, and it has kind of a smaller bankroll. If you remember, if I turn the page back a little bit here, this is a $15,000 bankroll. Not all of you who are watching this could probably afford a bankroll like that, right? And you might have to play a little bit more risky with a higher risk of ruin, and that would be a lower EV for what your game is, right? Unfortunately, some of those things have to be true in order to have a smaller bankroll. You might need a little bit of a higher risk, as well as some of the EV can't be as high. And so I'm going to start a new video series that's going to go way more than 10 weeks on my Patreon. All right, the $5 tier is what you're going to want to select if you want to join that. That's going to be at least 1 video per week. I'm going to try to do multiple. In fact, there's already 5 videos on there right now, the first 5 sessions, where you can see kind of how we're doing with that smaller bankroll. I think currently it's we're up a little bit, so you can join that after the first 5 weeks. And anyway, I'm also going to do a second video that's going to be, you know, after you've won a little bit, maybe you've built your bankroll up a little bit higher. Next week on the YouTube channel, I'm going to do a new series that starts with like a bigger bankroll. We're probably going to run this all the way through the end of the year, okay? And that said, hopefully the rules will be similar. Maybe the bank will be slightly higher, but instead of just going 10 weeks, we're going to fill up this whole page, the next page, and so on, until we can for sure kind of see what that long run looks like. That said, that's going to be on my YouTube channel once a week. Probably next Thursday is when I'm thinking about putting it out, just like this video came out on Thursday. And then there's also going to be a Patreon only session. So I might do kind of like I was doing here, maybe 2 shoes of double deck, right? And then I might do another 2 shoes only on my Patreon, which will be the next tier up, all right? And so if you want just the once a week on Patreon, you can for the smaller bankroll. If you want to get all those videos, that's just going to be a couple bucks more. And so hopefully you join me over there. All right. Anyway, you've waited long enough. Thank you for your patience. By the way, I'll put my Patreon links down in the description. I'm going to get these counted up for us, and then we're going to see how much we ended up winning after these 10 weeks. All right, so I got those in the correct piles. This is still 15,000. This is still 700. So 15, 7, 8, 9, 16,000. And then 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 800. And 50, 60, 70. So 16,870 is what we're walking away with after those 10 weeks. All right, so I'm gonna put this on here, $16,870. So you can see after just 20 shoes, right? 2 per week. After 20 shoes, we are up $1,870. So hopefully you found this interesting. If you did, please give me a thumbs up down below. That's one of the best ways you can support me here at A1 Blackjack. I appreciate your support. Additionally, if you want to keep supporting me and keep getting more content like this, check out my Patreon down below. That's going to be in the pinned comment of this video. Until next time, remember, this is A1 Blackjack.